is South Summit over Major Prep. Duke Dance, Curtis Marsh, it's your Snow College pregame show. Coverage continues on KSVC and Centricom Channel 10 in 3 minutes.
At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. It's you. While Zions Bank has offices in 10 western states, you are still number one. From checking and savings to business and personal loans, Zions Bank now offers its customers online banking services. Zions Bank is a leader in providing electronic banking services. If you haven't seen what Zions Bank has to offer you, stop in today. Zions Bank in Richfield, 55 West, 100 North, behind the post office.
DP Curtis Trucking has been helping move America for many years. It's a reflection of the drivers, employees, and ownership. DP Curtis is a family-oriented business that gets their drivers home weekly with paid vacation, weekly pay, health and dental insurance, and a 401k plan and more. If you need trucking services or would like to join the DP Curtis family, call 435-896-4417. That's 896-4417.
With internet service from Centricom, you get a fast, reliable connection to a world of information and inspiration. Just choose the bandwidth package that fits your needs and your budget. Every package delivers consistent speeds that bring the best of the web into your life. And we offer local, over-the-phone, technical, and professional IT support. It's why Centricom is now our area's #1 internet provider. Add internet to your bundle and save. Call or visit Centricom.com today.
When I was thinking about going back to school, I got pretty nervous, just knowing I had a young family and money was tight for us. As a mother, online courses were perfect for my busy schedule. One of the things that was huge for me was how affordable this program was. Without the online courses, I know I wouldn't be able to finish school or transfer to a major university. I will always be grateful for Snow College in helping me reach my goals and helping me set the pathway for my future.
The City of Monroe is proud to have its own power company and to support South Sevier athletics. Monroe City Power delivers nice, bright lights for every South Sevier athletic event at home. Having a public power company enables Monroe City to provide community improvements that could not be afforded otherwise, while keeping rates down at the same time. The City of Monroe and Monroe City Electric Department are proud of their South Sevier Rams and wish them well in all endeavors.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti, they're committed to servicing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets and deadlines. Visit jonesanddemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals.
The top 10% in the nation in student success. Turn on your education and visit Snow at snow.edu. Proud to bring you pregame coverage for this game between South Sevier and Parowan. Let's first take a look at these Parowan Rams, Curtis. You look at this team, very complete, balanced team. There's a reason Parowan won outright the region. In fact, they went into Kanab the last region game and almost lost in Kanab, but they won that. But even if they had lost, they still would have been the outright region champions, and there's a reason. You talk about some of the players on this team. Jake Smith, 12.67 points per game. We were just talking about Jake off the air during the commercial. Probably one of the most complete players in two-way basketball statewide because he's not flashy, but he's solid. He rebounds, he handles the ball well, rarely turns it over. And when you have a guy running the offense like that with what Parowan has in Jake Smith, you're going to be in good hands.
You are. He's a very productive kid. He's just, a lot of people come to games and they want to see who scores or hits the three-point shot. Jake does a little bit of everything very well.
Has 63 rebounds on the year. Jake does 33 pointers. That's leading the team, averaging just 1.5 3-pointers per game. But what makes Parowan even better than that is the offensive production does not falter. In fact, it continues to grow after Jake Smith. Brennan Rowley underneath, 10.81 points per game. Justice Walker, 10 points. He's a good shooter. He can hit from almost anywhere. And Rowley underneath is averaging 7 rebounds per game. He has almost 150 on the season. Shannon Clark, phenomenal player. 8. You have 3 guys on this Parowan team that's averaging double figures per game.
Yeah, and when I think of one word to describe the Parowan Rams, it's physical. They play physical. They play very physical. And in the first matchup on January the 9th, South Sevier did not match that physicality.
We'll see what they can do today. We're going to look a little bit closer at that previous matchup, which happened, as you mentioned, just early on in January, one of the last non-region games. So it is, again, Parowan taking on South Sevier. Winner will advance into the quarterfinal rounds to take on South Summit, who just knocked off Major Prep. The loser will be done at the end of the season after the game this morning. It is 20 and a half minutes away from your starting lineups and your opening tip-off. Live coverage on KSVC and Centricom Channel 10, powered by Snow College.
Robinson Transport is a major part of the central Utah economy by hauling supplies to maintain the energy needs of Utah and surrounding states. The management extends a sincere appreciation to all of their drivers for their hard work and dedication. Robinson Transport fully supports the education of our area youth and their participation in athletic competition. Should you need any construction equipment, topsoil, gravel, or concrete work, remember Robinson Transport of Salina, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
The health care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live, and you can rest assured that Sevier Valley Medical Center provides our communities with the same high-quality care and advanced technology services you'd receive if you drove to the city. From full-time specialty services such as ENT, orthopedics, podiatry, and internal medicine to a wide range of outpatient services, including imaging, respiratory therapy, and dialysis. High-quality health care with a personal hometown touch. Intermountain, Sevier Valley Medical Center, healing for life.
We offer quick service on your loan request. We make our loan decisions right here at the bank. You don't have to wait for an answer from some out-of-town loan committee. It's one of the advantages of banking with hometown people. You're independent, so are we. Utah Independent Bank, member FDIC. Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Andy's Market in Monroe strives to provide their customers with the convenience of one-stop shopping. Not only do they have great prices and selection on all grocery items, but they also feature a bookstore, bakery, and grill. And now Andy's Market has added a pharmacy. There is no longer a need to travel for over-the-counter or prescription medications. Just stop by Aspen Ridge Pharmacy, now open inside Andy's Market. So much more than a grocery store, and now including a pharmacy.
Mason Machinery takes vertical tillage to the max with the Turbo Max from Great Plains. With its hydraulically adjustable gang angle, the Turbo Max gives you lots of options. In the fall, you can run the machine at an angle to bury more residue. And in the spring, you can run it straight to create an excellent vertically tilled seed bed, all to help you achieve the best yields. Call Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today to see what the Turbo Max can do for you. Mason Machinery in Great Plains. Harvest starts here.
This is James at Alvey Lumber in Manti, Monroe. Got some great deals on our railroad ties, great deals on our lodge poles for $13.49 a piece. We got some cedar fencing, so the 1x6 by 6 foot tall dog-eared cedar fencing for $1.89 each. 6 foot steel green posts, and those are $4.39 a piece. We got some great deals on cattle panels for $19.99. We're also proud to say that we're back manufacturing trusses. Give us a call if you need a price or quote on trusses. At Alvey Lumber, where the wood is good and so is the hardware. And stores in Manti and in Monroe.
Welcome back to Orem High School. Live coverage of the 2A boys play-in games. South Sevier, Parowan in the second matchup of the day. 17 and a half minutes to go as we continue through your Snow College pregame show. They are ranked 6th in the nation in graduation rates according to C&M Money Magazine. Start your education at Snow College. Visit snow.edu. That is snow.edu. I'm Duke Dance and Curtis Marsh joining me courtside.
And my partner here, Duke, started his education at Snow College.
I certainly did. Don't regret it.
Yeah.
Not at all. Great facility there.
Boy, this is just, Duke, absolutely the best time of the year.
Don't you love it?
It's the equivalence of March Madness for the college games. You see so much enthusiasm. Great facility. If you haven't been here to Orem High School, it's just a really great environment. Just beautiful, all adorned in blue and gold with a big, huge tiger at the center court. And
great hosts.
Great hosts.
They treat you well up here. We appreciate that.
They do. But right now, South Sevier has their hands full with the team, Duke, that on January the 9th really had their way with them.
You know, they really did. Final score in that game last time the two met up in a non-region game was a 45-28 win for Parowan. And I think that win is when people really started looking at Parowan and saying, well, maybe this team's better than what we think, because they really handed it to South Sevier. It was in Parowan, so now, of course, today we're on a neutral court. But you talk about the defensive paralysis of this Parowan team. Last time they met, they held South Sevier to 23% shooting in that game. And part of it was defense. Part of it, you just have off nights. And that was just an off night for South Sevier. But the 45-28 win was a big one for Parowan and really pushed them into the region play.
It really did. And, you know, talking with Coach Parsons this week, one thing that he felt like was, you know, every team's going to have that down game. It was by far the worst game South Sevier's played. He's really excited to see the kids bounce back and respond to this tonight. And Duke, we talked earlier, the number 10 straight play-in game victories for South Sevier.
They've won 10 in a row in this type of setting. 2 of those against Parowan.
One year, we're going back a few years, they knocked off a Parowan team that was 20-1. And South Sevier came in as the 4th seed and knocked them off. But in 2011, South Sevier beat Parowan in the play-in game and springboarded that to a state championship.
It is a 4 versus 1 again, exact same situation. South Sevier a 4 seed, Parowan a 1 seed. We saw the upset yesterday in the girls bracket. Manti took care of Waterford. Manti was a 4, Waterford was a 1. I don't know if the regions didn't match quite up as well as these two do, but yeah, a 4 versus a 1 today. We'll see what kind of rebound South Sevier can have. You look at the progress throughout the season, South Sevier certainly a different team. I think a better team than they were when they played Parowan in that January. So
there's no question.
Interesting.
And Duke, you think on the onset, you look at this game and you say, if you're Parowan and you win your region and your prize is you have to play South Sevier, I mean, that's like kind of like having a birthday and getting your face slapped after you eat your cake.
It's exactly how these play-in games have gone, because you have 15 matched up against 13, and you look at the girls, North Sevier and South Sevier work so hard to play, and they tie for that number 1 region spot against Emory, and they flip a coin. North Sevier wins the coin toss to the region seed, and who do they get? Enterprise. South Sevier drops down to the 3 seed as a tie for number 1. The girls do. And who do they get? Delta.
Yeah.
And it's the same for the boys here. You get so close. They lost the coin toss. South Sevier did against San Juan last week. So they are coming in a 4 seed. But I still like the matchup. I still think that regardless of the seeding, I think South Sevier and Parowan has the makings of a really good game.
And we can go out right now on a limb and predict right now that the Rams will win this game.
Yeah. You're good.
I don't, you know.
Are you going to put money on it? I'll even put money to say that a Ram will win
The Rams
today.
are going to win this game, but I think this is a great matchup. I think South Sevier has a great opportunity here, wouldn't you think?
No doubt. We'll find out in 13 and a half minutes. That's when the game gets underway. Again, powered by Snow College with your pregame coverage. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's KSVC Centricom Channel 10. Back in 3 minutes.
The Texaco gas station and convenience store in Monroe is now under new ownership, and great things are in the plans for the store right now. The owners of Andy's Market have purchased the Texaco and are currently remodeling the store in order to meet all of your needs. The store will continue to be open during the remodel, and they have also dropped the price of gas. So stop in, fill up with gas, and see the progress of the remodel, as well as the new items that will be carried inside the store. That's the new look Texaco in Monroe.
Hi, this is Eric Schmutz, president of State Bank of Southern Utah. I want you to know that State Bank is healthy, well capitalized, and we have money to lend. You should know that we have the best lending officers in the state. In fact, State Bank has been ranked the #1 medium SBA lender in Utah for the past 2 years in a row, and we're working hard to make it 3. If you have a project that we can help with or any financial need, please give us a call or stop by any of our 13 offices.
In Ridgefield, call 896-9287. State Bank of Southern Utah, member FDIC.
When I was thinking about going back to school, I got pretty nervous, just knowing I had a young family and money was tight for us. As a mother, online courses were perfect for my busy schedule. One of the things that was huge for me was how affordable this program was. Without the online courses, I know I wouldn't be able to finish school or transfer to a major university. I will always be grateful for Snow College in helping me reach my goals and helping me set the pathway for my future.
At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. It's you. While Zions Bank has offices in 10 western states, you are still number one. From checking and savings to business and personal loans, Zions Bank now offers its customers online banking services. Zions Bank is a leader in providing electronic banking services. If you haven't seen what Zions Bank has to offer you, stop in today. Zions Bank in Richfield, 55 West, 100 North, behind the post office.
DP Curtis Trucking has been helping move America for many years. It's a reflection of the drivers, employees, and ownership. DP Curtis is a family-oriented business that gets their drivers home weekly with paid vacation, weekly pay, health and dental insurance, and a 401k plan and more. If you need trucking services or would like to join the DP Curtis family, call 435-896-4417. That's 896-4417.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or while on the go. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included with Centracom cable TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Centracom.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Orem High School. Thanks for tuning in to live coverage of the play-in games. 2A boys going on today, and it is your Snow College pregame coverage. Get a quality education that's affordable and fun at Snow College. Visit them online at snow.edu. That is snow.edu. Again, it's South Sevier taking on Parowan, about 10 minutes away from your starting lineups and opening tip-off. Let's take a look at the two regions these two teams came out of. Region 13, Parowan, the outright region champs. They were in a battle for a while with Beaver. Parowan then beat Beaver, and Beaver lost a couple more, so Parowan at 9-1, they're the region champs outright. And then Beaver kind of hit a slump after that Parowan loss. They tied with Enterprise, so both of them 7-3. And then you have Delta at 4-6. They came in as the 4 seed. Millard followed by Kanab at the 5 and 6 spots inside of that region. You look, regardless of what people outside of the region looking in, it was a competitive year for Region 13, and credit the Rams to not only come out on top, but to come out on top with a 2-game lead.
And they earned the respect, because earlier I think a lot of people thought, some of those cute teams down south, they're just not going to, but then they start knocking off teams from other regions. And Parowan's legit. They're a real deal. They've proven it. They got balance, and they're unselfish. And South Sevier has got a formidable challenge here tonight, but I really think it's an opportunity that South Sevier, you sometimes wonder which team's going to show up. And if it's that team that we're looking for tonight, then Parowan's got their hands full.
Then Parowan's got a challenge tonight. Region 15, where South Sevier comes out of, talk about a dogfight there as well. That was anybody's region to take right up until the last week. North Sevier and Emory both tied at 6-2 inside of the region. Emory had the head-to-head battle in both games. They swept North Sevier, so Emory the 1 seed, North Sevier is the 2 seed. South Sevier and San Juan tied at 4-4. They split their head-to-head, so the coin toss went towards San Juan's way. South Sevier comes in at the 4 seed, and Grand finished at the bottom of that region, 0-8. These two regions, you look at them top to bottom, best two regions in 2A basketball.
They are, and I think where that pays off the most is when you get in play in basketball. Because I'm not knocking the region like with the girls yesterday from up north that lost all 4 teams. But if your region is not competitive at a high level, it doesn't prepare you for this type of intensity. And those teams get against a Manti. A Waterford wins it, but look at the battles that Manti's been in this year with their girls, and they were ready for that game.
And they beat them by 10. I mean, it wasn't like they just beat them. They really beat them.
You see it in college basketball with leagues like the ACC, where, you get a team that's 6th in that region in the NCAA tournament, and I'll tell you, you got a tiger by the tail.
The rankings coming in this game, according to DeseretNews.com, top in 2A boys basketball, Layton Christian. They are the ranked #1 team in the state, and they don't come out of either of these two regions. But Layton Christian, certainly a phenomenal basketball team, and we'll see them later on in the day today taking on North Summit. That's a 1 versus 4. Other rankings, Emory is a #2, Manti #3. These Parowan Rams a #4, and North Sevier is a #5. South Sevier has been in and out of those rankings throughout the season as it's progressed.
And North Sevier is a pretty scary #5.
Oh, no question.
Because North Sevier is a team that can score And at times this year, they played as good a basketball as anybody in the entire state.
We will have North Sevier coming up later on KSVC. In fact, let's run through the entire lineup. After this game, coverage on KSVC and Centricom Channel 10 continues with Delta against Emory. Beaver has San Juan. And then later on tonight on the FM, we have North Sevier taking on Enterprise. And we'll do some 3A action over on the AM 980 as Richfield is hosting Cedar in a 3A play-in game. We'll also have coverage on our sister stations of Manti, North Stampede, Juab, and some action from the 1A State Girls Tournament, which is going on now back in Richfield at Sevier Valley Center. And the Panguitch Lady Bobcats, can anyone get within 20 points of Panguitch?
And I have a proposal. I tried to call Rob Cuff last night. He doesn't answer my calls. Does he answer yours?
No.
Rob doesn't call me back.
I don't even have his number. What are you talking about?
But you know what? Well, I'm just one step ahead of you. But my rule is that Panguitch from here on out has to handicap by giving their opponent 22 points.
And they still win by 40.
And then they tip off. Yeah. Well, at least that's what they got to do.
Yeah. And we'll take a closer look at the South Sevier Rams and the season that they've had and their personnel, what they can do to top Parowan when we come back. It's live coverage brought to you by Snow College on KSVC AM and FM and Centricom Channel 10.
The City of Monroe is proud to have its own power company and to support South Sevier athletics. Monroe City Power delivers nice, bright lights for every South Sevier athletic event at home. Having a public power company enables Monroe City to provide community improvements that could not be afforded otherwise, while keeping rates down at the same time. The City of Monroe and Monroe City Electric Department are proud of their South Sevier Rams and wish them well in all endeavors.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti, they're committed to servicing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets and deadlines. Visit jonesanddemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals. Robinson Transport is a major part of the central Utah economy by hauling supplies to maintain the energy needs of Utah and surrounding states. The management extends a sincere appreciation to all of their drivers for their hard work and dedication. Robinson Transport fully supports the education of our area youth and their participation in athletic competition. Should you need any construction equipment, topsoil, gravel, or concrete work, remember Robinson Transport of Salina, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
The health care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live, and you can rest assured that Sevier Valley Medical Center provides our communities with the same high-quality care and advanced technology services you'd receive if you drove to the city. From full-time specialty services such as ENT, orthopedics, podiatry, and internal medicine to a wide range of outpatient services, including imaging, respiratory therapy, and dialysis. High-quality health care with a personal hometown touch. Intermountain, Sevier Valley Medical Center, healing for life.
We offer quick service on your loan request. We make our loan decisions right here at the bank. You don't have to wait for an answer from some out-of-town loan committee. It's one of the advantages of banking with hometown people. You're independent, so are we. Utah Independent Bank, member FDIC. Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Andy's Market in Monroe strives to provide their customers with the convenience of one-stop shopping. Not only do they have great prices and selection on all grocery items, but they also feature a bookstore, bakery, and grill. And now Andy's Market has added a pharmacy. There is no longer a need to travel for over-the-counter or prescription medications. Just stop by Aspen Ridge Pharmacy, now open inside Andy's Market. So much more than a grocery store, and now including a pharmacy.
Armani.
Welcome back to Orem High School, once again live on KSVC Centricom Channel 10. Just 2 minutes away from tipping off one of the most anticipated games of the boys' play-in, South Sevier versus Parowan. It's Snow College pregame coverage. One of the nation's finest transfer institutions, Snow College is offering a quality education with campuses in Ephraim and Richfield. Visit them online at snow.edu. Duke Dance and Curtis Marsh with you live from these play-in games. And Curtis, South Sevier Rams, their personnel, how about the season that Colton Bigelow has had. 12 points per game, 137 rebounds coming into the matchup tonight. When Bigelow is hot, when Bigelow is controlling the boards, South Sevier can beat anybody.
They really can. His inside presence, and he's one of those seniors they're going to miss. Watched him develop over the last 3 years. He's definitely going to be an all-state selection. But this matchup right here, talking with Coach Parsons, he gave 3 basic keys to victory tonight, Duke, for the Rams.
Well, one of those is going to start with Bigelow. Can he rebound against another really good rebounder out of Parowan, one of the league's best, and Brennan Rowley? That's going to be a battle. Bigelow and Rowley hitting the boards tonight. You've also got to control Jake Smith for South Sevier. We mentioned Jake for Parowan. He's one of the most complete players in the state. And then you got to have fun offensively. It's state tournament.
Yeah.
Go out there, pass the ball around,
Relax.
shoot it up, have some fun.
Share the ball. And that assignment against Jake Smith is going to fall to Alex Baker, the
one
senior
of the best
for South Sevier.
defenders in the state.
A good defender, and he can get under your skin a little bit. We'll watch that.
He has the ability to whisper into your ear as,
You know what?
as you're working around offensively, and yeah, just a phenomenal
Very
defender.
competitive young man is Alex Baker.
And Trevor Jones tonight, we'll see how he matches up offensively, like we will see Jake Smith on Trevor tonight on the other end. Starting lineups tonight in just a few moments. That's rather this morning. Again, live on KSVC. As South Sevier is the 4 seed, they're going to be the designated visiting team and wearing the black jerseys tonight with the red and white stripes down the side. Parowan is the 1 seed, will be the designated home team wearing the white home jerseys with the blue and gold numbers and the Parowan across the front. It's South Sevier versus Parowan. Winner moves on to take on South Summit in the play-in games.
South Summit a winner earlier over Mazer Prep in a game that was not close.
So let's go ahead with your starting lineups first for the South Sevier Rams, and brought to you by Zion's Bank in Richfield. First, wearing number 12 is going to be Slate Blackburn. He's a forward senior. Number 10, a forward senior also, is going to be Trevor Jones. Number 14 for South Sevier, another forward and another senior, Garrett Peterson. Finally wearing number 15, a guard and another senior, is that defender we just talked about, Alex Baker. And finally, the big man underneath, got one of the best baby hook shots you'll see, Colton Bigelow, a senior forward wearing number 20. 5 starting seniors tonight for South Sevier. This is the season that you're looking for, because this is a good group of seniors, and a lot on the line for this group of seniors today against Parowan.
There's no question about it. And our Parowan High School Rams, coached by Coach Lance Stubbs, and they're about to announce their starting 5 right now. And it's going to be number 11, and that is Jake Smith, Mr. Everything for the Parowan Rams. And Jake is a senior, a 6'2". Also number 22, Brett Hunter. He is a junior guard, a 6'2". Boy, this is just a neat environment here, isn't it?
Oh, most definitely is.
Number 24 is Brennan Rowley. He is a forward. He's just a junior, but he's a big 6'4" for Rowley.
He's the one inside that is the rebounder for this team.
Number 32 is Shandon Clark. He is a senior at 6'4". And I'm sure we'll round out that starting 5 with number 33. Justice Walker, he is a 5'11" senior.
Clark and Walker, couple X factors for this Parowan team.
Parowan dressed in white in the designated home team with gold trim. South Sevier in their road uniforms, all black with red trim. And we're ready for tip-off, Duke.
Starting lineups brought to you again by DP Curtis Trucking and powered by Centricom Channel 10. Live coverage here on KSVC AM and FM, as well as Centricom Channel 10 and DeseretNews.com. Here we go, 8 minutes up on the board. Starting 5 for each team out on the floor. They'll do some fist bumps before we get this one underway and ready to go. Everything on the line for a senior-heavy South Sevier team and a very talented, fast group out of Parowan. Now going up for the opening tip-off is going to be Bigelow and Rowley. They'll battle it out against each other all game long. Ball is up. Rowley, nope. Bigelow wins the opening tip. Hits it right behind him to Trevor Jones, and TJ will have the opening dribble across half court. Early on in the game, Bigelow, left elbow, flips it over to Jones. Jones tries to angle, drives in, spin, shot off the glass and missed it. And it's a nice rebound for Shannon Clark of Parowan.
Shannon got great position on that box out for Parowan, able to secure that rebound.
Clark on the right wing, passes cross court, 3 on the way. This from Rowley, and off the back iron, no good. Trevor Jones on a monster rebound.
Boy, Trevor just wanted that ball more, 50-50 ball rebound. He went up and got that over Brett Hunter for the Parowan Rams.
Jones is going to dribble over to his left. He finds Peterson in the wing, left side. Corner now is Blackburn. Has the dribble, doesn't take it, now he does. Comes over center floor, 7:15 to play, crosses over. Blackburn tries the angle, instead bounces behind him to Bigelow. He's going to post up, shoots, hook in the lane, miss. And a rebound for Parowan. Both teams are scoreless in the opening possessions a minute in.
Well, Bigelow got a good look, a lefty. He went with his right hand with that baby hook, a shot he has really improved on this season.
Coming across the floor is Jake Smith for the Rams. Dribbles between his legs, picks it up, now goes left side to Rowley, left wing. Lobs it over to Smith, and Smith wasn't ready. Miscommunication and a turnover for Parowan. And that pass
ball
went right into the bleachers. Nobody was there.
The cheap seats over there as Jake went right and the pass went left.
Jones working on Smith across half court. Bigelow takes a long jumper off the mark right side, and another Parowan rebound.
They're going to call a foul on Slate Blackburn for going over the back down low.
So far, all the rebounds have been defensive. Not a single offensive board for either team, and it's scoreless at 0-0.
Yeah, both
6:35 to play in the game.
Teams right now 0 for 5 from the floor, and that's pretty common in play in basketball. A lot of jitters, a lot of stress, a lot on the line.
6:21 to play in the first period. Brought to you by Monroe City Power. Testing angles, Rowley stopped to the elbow, gets rid of the basketball. Now Brennan around the top to Smith in the front court. Clock hits 6:10. Smith cross court pass, flicks it over to Rowley, left wing. Rowley dribbles once, goes corner to Walker, back to Rowley. Right side, Brett Hunter drives in, angle, dishes off down low. Ball's almost stolen by Bigelow, but picked up by Parowan. They're going to reset the offense, kick it up top. Long possession for the Parowan Rams. Now right side is Clark. Dumps it up top to Walker. They've tested the inside, but South Sevier's defense is held, so they continue to work around the edge. Perimeter ball movement. 5:41 to play. Now they get it down low, and there's a nice feed. Shot no, but a foul. Shannon Clark will head to the line for 2 shots here. And they were patient. They went inside, outside. Finally found Clark down low. Just not able to convert, but he will be rewarded with a trip to the line.
Garrett Peterson will pick up the personal foul for South Severe.
Here's Shannon's first free throw, up and in. Swishes it through, and that's the first point of the game. 2.5 minutes into it. 5:39 to play in the first period. Score check brought to you by Jones & DeMille Engineering and Robinson Transport in Salina.
So far, Alex Baker doing a good job denying the ball to Jake Smith.
Second free throw is no good. Remains a 1-0 game. Rebounded by South Severe. Trevor Jones again working against Jake Smith at the mid-floor line. Jones comes to his right. Dribbles and crosses over left. Now bounces down low into the corner to Blackburn. Right side. Gives it up. Bigelow in the wing. Pass around the perimeter. Jones drives, hook, off the glass, too strong, and another defensive board for Brennan Rowley. In transition, off the miss comes Parowan. Down low, defense recovers, but a good spin. Not able to hit the shot as Parowan. Ball loose, Parowan has it on the perimeter. Left side to Smith, down low into the corner. Shots not falling for either team. Brett Hunter had as good of a look as you'll ever get and couldn't get it to drop in. Now Rowley along the side, 3 on the way, missed again. Baker on the rebound. Ball's loose. Parowan comes up with it. A 3 from Smith. In and good. Jake Smith stole it right out of the hands of Baker. Step back, drains a 3.
South Severe had an opportunity to pick up that loose ball, but Jake Smith comes up with it, and he knows what to do with it.
4-0 is your score. Now the first field goal of the game is a triple, and Parowan is up. 4:34 to play in the first period. And this time South Severe throws it away. Miscommunication. Bigelow sent it into the Parowan bench. 4:32 with the clock stopped after the miscue.
But right now, South Severe does not want to get into a hole. In the first game, they trailed at halftime by 11.
Down the floor is Hunter. Bounces right to Rowley. Rowley fadeaway, jumper in. And Parowan feeling the stroke, and they're up 6-0. 4:17 to play in the first. South Severe really looking for something here before they dig themselves into a hole like you just mentioned. Already down 6. Baker, Tess, goes to Peterson, and there it is. How about Baker driving the baseline? It was
Slate Blackburn.
Blackburn drives the baseline, finds Peterson on the weak side for 2.
Boy, he got the double team right on the baseline, able to hit Garrett, and that's 2 points for the Rams.
Now it's a 4-point game, 6-2, 3:47 to play in the first. Scoreboard for Sevier Valley Medical Center. Inside feed, down low to Clark. Defense shuts him down. Clark feeds it back out. Perimeter ball movement now for Parowan. Driving in is going to be Hunter. Hunter spins. Shot, no foul. Travel is going to be the call, and turnover for Parowan, and North-South Sevier rather gets the ball back.
South Sevier is going to bring in Dyson Heath, a sharp-shooting three-point shooter. Slate Blackburn with 1 foul will take a rest.
Dyson has a 29-point game to his credit this year, coming off the bench. 3:26 to play in the first period now. 6-2 the score. South Sevier looking for some good shooting, trailing by 4. Top is Bigelow, bounces to Peterson on the block down low, loses the basketball, finds Jones underneath. Jones off the glass, too strong, but the rebound comes down to Parowan.
Boy, South Sevier's getting the looks they want. They've got 3 or 4 shots within 5 feet.
Parowan on the other end, they'll run the offensive set. Perimeter ball movement, 3 from Smith. Corner good! Second triple for Jake Smith.
2 for 2 for Jake.
And just like that, it's a 7-point game. 2:51, 9-2 is the score. South Sevier trailing. Jones crosses over on Smith, loses the basketball, picks it right back up, and is able to find Dyson Heath. Heath to Bigelow, back over to TJ Wing. Ball screen.
They're calling offensive foul.
It's going to be against South Sevier.
It's going to go against Alex Baker on that screen. You can kind of see why Coach Parsons, nice compliment for South Sevier's coach about Jake Smith being one of the most complete players in 2A. That's a lofty compliment from an opposing coach.
And his team is up 9-2 right now, Smith's is. 2:28 to play in the first period. Ball inside, batted around. Parowan comes up with a loose ball. Now it's going to be knocked around by Dyson Heath. Dyson saves it, but Parowan comes up with it at the front court line. Around the arch now they go. Jake Smith with the dribble, double team. Feeds it behind him and throws it away. Good double team on Smith on the right wing for South Sevier, and it forces a turnover.
Yeah, Jake kind of panicked that time with that double team and that pressure. 9-2 South Sevier, 2 minutes remaining.
Scoreboard glance is done with the help of Utah Independent Bank. Alex Baker is going to have the dribble now across the timeline. On him will be Justice Walker of Parowan. Baker skips it on over to Dyson, and Dyson tries to go to Trevor. The ball's tipped. Trevor gets it back. Now with numbers. Heath for 3. Oh, just off the mark, and ball's knocked out of bounds off of Parowan. So it will be South Sevier basketball.
They got the shot in his wheelhouse. That's a shot Dyson can hit. Just a little bit long. Good hustle by South Sevier to keep that ball alive.
South Sevier to inbound from their own baseline. 1:52 to play in the first. 9-2 again the score. Rams trailing the Parowan Rams by 7.
They're backing up some of the Parowan student body out there to give Trevor Jones room to bring it in.
Good inside feed. Bigelow blocked from behind. Saves the ball before it goes out of bounds. And now the ball to Parowan. Loose on the court. Parowan flicks it out.
And that block by Shandon.
Other side, Peterson gets a block, and then Bigelow gets a block. Put back, it's blocked again. This time from Alex Baker. Peterson rejection, Bigelow rejection, Baker rejection, and out of bounds.
And that's 3 blocks. As Shandon Clark blocks Bigelow, Bigelow returns the favor with 2 big blocks.
It's going to be Parowan basketball down low. They feed it inside out the lob, and it's made. Brennan Rowley throws it in, and now it's 9-point lead for Parowan, 11-2. What a set.
Boy, they battled, and then gave up an easy shot.
11-2 is the score. Dyson Heath with the basketball left wing. Now the Rams in a hole. Looking to dig out of it. Baker's going to drive in, gets to the free throw line, kick out. Heath, he'll come in. Hook shot is up and in! Counted on the foul. I don't even know what you call that shot. He came in down the center, was pushed to the outside, fading away, just kind of flicked it up over his head, kissed it off the glass, and is good. Here's Dyson Heath on the line to make it a 3-play.
Driving to right, and he got in the air. It was well contested by Parowan. Great shot control by Dyson to get that ball to drop.
So it makes it 11-4, only the second field goal of the game for South Sevier. The lead is cut down to 7, though. Chance to make it a 2-possession game if Dyson can nail a free throw shot. On the way, and he misses it too strong. Score remains 11-4. That's the first team foul, by the way, for Parowan. Crossing over, Jake Smith goes into the lane. Hop shot, no travels. No, they're going to call a foul on the floor. No travel before the shot, so no shooting here. It'll just be an inbound play for Parowan. 1:04 on the clock.
Boy, Jake's awful quick. He comes to that crossover just past the elbow and picks up the South Sevier foul.
Jake Smith, the inbound for Parowan, looks right, comes back left. Stolen by Bigelow on the inbound. Bigelow flicks it behind him to Dyson Heath. It comes across half court. They'll slow down the offensive set. Parowan defense recovered quickly. And now with 55 seconds to play in the first. Long three from Peterson. That was from Jimmer range, and the ball's going to go out of bounds off of Parowan on the rebound. Not sure why Peterson launched that one from 5 feet deep.
That looked like the kind of shot you shoot when the clock's running down to 2.
Not even close to the 3 line, but it is going to be South Sevier, the inbound. Heath in the left side corner. 48 seconds on the clock. Andy Johnson left wing. Around the arch to Peterson. Feed to Trevor down low on the block. Spins around. Shot fake. Goes up and is fouled. An awkward foul. And Trevor Jones is going to go down but able to come up.
Jake Smith going to pick up that foul. Kind of a foul that can lead to an injury as Trevor kind of got caught underneath him. Nothing malicious by Jake Smith in any way, but
Trevor to the line for the first time. He has 2 shots here. First personal on Smith, and the free throw is no good. Missed it.
And South Sevier 0 for 2 from the foul line so far.
Here's another for TJ. On the way. That one's in. Lead down to 6. 2-possession game with 40 seconds to play in the first period. 11-5.
Big possession, big stop right now for South Sevier because offensively they always have a drought. Maybe this is it. Maybe they can withstand this only down 6.
Walker top of the floor, tries to feed it down low and well over the head of Rowley. You see a couple of miscommunications for both teams, and that one just sails past everybody high.
South Sevier has an opportunity to close this lead 2-4 or maybe even 3.
25 seconds on the clock and counting before we get to the end of the first period of play. Andy Johnson has it in the backcourt. He's going to take a slow dribble across the timeline, crossing over at 17 seconds. Dribbles between his legs. Andy with 10 seconds. Now drives over, hands over to Trevor. Trevor, kick out. Back to Trevor. 6, tries to drive in, 5 seconds. Goes into the lane, lobs it up at 3 seconds. Doesn't go anywhere, still had time, but took the shot. Ball's rebounded by Parowan, and they'll have us at the end of the first period. 11-5 the score after 1 to go. We'll be here in 1 minute.
Basin Machinery takes vertical tillage to the max with the Turbo Max from Great Plains. With its hydraulically adjustable gang angle, the Turbo Max gives you lots of options. In the fall, you can run the machine at an angle to bury more residue. And in the spring, you can run it straight to create an excellent vertically tilled seed bed, all to help you achieve the best yields. Call Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today to see what the Turbo Max can do for you. Mason Machinery in Great Plains. Harvest starts here.
This is James at Avi Lumber in Manti, Monroe. Got some great deals on our railroad ties, great deals on our lodge poles for $13.49 a piece. We got some cedar fencing, so the 1x6 by 6 foot tall dog-eared cedar fencing for $1.89 each. 6 foot steel green posts, and those are $4.39 a piece. We got some great deals on cattle panels for $19.99. We're also proud to say that we're back manufacturing trusses. Give us a call if you need a price or quote on trusses at Avi Lumber, where the wood is good and so is the hardware. And stores in Manti and in Monroe.
Back here at Orem High School, live coverage on KSBC AM and FM, as well as powered by Centricom Channel 10. We knew it was a battle. The first quarter proved to be that, but Parowan right now on top, 11-5.
Parowan with the basketball.
They'll open up.
Kind of a sloppy first quarter, a typical play-in game. Turnovers.
Expect both teams to be settled down a little bit here now heading into the second. Parowan again with the basketball. Rowley in the left wing. Finds a screen, dribbles back into it, picks up the basketball, feeds it to the free throw line to Clark. Back to Rowley up high.
South Sevier's made a switch defensively right now with Trevor Jones on Jake Smith for Parowan.
Left side, Walker goes in the lane, down the baseline, and sinks it in. And there's 2 points for Justice Walker.
Boy, he kind of froze Colton Bigelow that time as he drove left and able to get a layup.
13-5, lead back to 8. Andy Johnson, top of the floor goes to Trevor, feeds to Bigelow, dribbles in the paint, kick out wide open 3 for Johnson, is in! Andy Johnson gives South Sevier the first 3 of the game.
And that's a big shot, big confidence builder for Andy Johnson. Cuts this lead to 5.
13-8 now the score. Score update for Andy's Market and Mesa Machinery. Rowley with the dribble, left side, goes right to Smith up top, 6:55 on the clock before halftime. Emory Spartans just trailing into the gym right now. They'll have a game later on this evening. And
It's a turnover.
Parowan throws it away again. Rowley looking for the corner.
South Sevier tipped it. The ball came off hot off Parowan's hand off the tip pass.
So Trevor Jones will have the offensive possession here for the South Sevier Rams. The team only down by 5 now. 6:38 to play in the second. 14 fouls for the Rams, 2 for Parowan. Ball movement around the arch. Perimeter for South Sevier. Dribbling in the elbow. Kick out Heath. Left side. Feed to Bigelow. Dribbles in the paint. Posts up. Off the glass. In and good. And there's what you expect to see from Colton Bigelow. It's a 3-point game.
That's Colton's first basket. A little hesitation as he went with the right hand.
13-10. Parowan now will slow the offensive set down again.
And that hesitation's so effective because it allows the defense to think he's going to stop.
3 for the answer. Too strong. Ball batted. Trevor Jones rebounds. And South Sevier rolling with a little run here in the second, but Trevor has his pocket picked. He's able to pick up the loose ball, get some separation, finds Bigelow on the perimeter. Bigelow's going to drive, takes it to the hole. Good whistle, offensive foul. Bigelow with the charge. Shannon Clark drew it. I think that was a good call.
Yeah, it looked like he got a little extension, but I like the move by Bigelow to take it to him.
13-10 remains the score after the offensive foul. 5th team foul for South Sevier. Only 2 right now for Parowan. 13-10, still the score. It's a do-or-die game for both teams in the play-ins. Corner right side for Parowan. Losing the basketball is Rowley. Picks it back up, feeds baseline to the hole and blocked by Peterson from behind. And then Peterson is fouled. That's his second block of the game and the 5th for the team, South Sevier. And Shannon Clark got the bad end of it.
Yeah, just on behalf of his parents, that's his 3rd block. He had 2 on Shannon in 1 possession. He's just a horse, isn't he?
Inbound play for Trevor Jones. Smith is going to ride him across half court.
Boy.
Score remains 13-10. Bigelow corner. Peterson left wing. He's going to cross over, now drives into the lane, loses control, but goes up and strong with a foul. And Peterson to the line for and 1. A chance to tie it up. Coming out of the break, it's been a run for South Sevier and a chance for Peterson to tie it up.
Boy, that was the toughest shot of the game, going in left-handed.
Lost control of the dribble, picked it right back up and took it in. That's the 4th team foul, first personal given to Rowley for Parowan. And the free throw is up high, does not drop down. It's still a 1-point Parowan lead, 13-12, 5:08 to play in the second. They're brought to you by Alvey Lumber out of Monroe and Manti.
And South Sevier 1 for 4 from the foul line.
Coming across the floor is Brett Hunter. Picks up the dribble, finds Smith. Open for 3, takes the 3. This one's going to roll in and out, no good. And Trevor Jones has the rebound and an opportunity for the lead here for South Sevier. 4:48 to play in the second.
And that's Jake Smith's first miss of the game tonight.
Bigelow baseline. Peterson up top. Holds the ball high, goes to Jones. He'll come in, angle, spins on the baseline. Lobs it up off the glass, just off the mark. And a Parowan rebound. 4:35, and here comes Parowan quickly down the floor. Coming baseline. Rowley stepped on the line out of bounds. And it's going to be...
It's going to be a second foul on Colton Bigelow.
Yeah, it is a foul. I thought it was a step on the line, but Bigelow does pick it up.
No, he was late to get there, and now South Sevier has to make a big decision with the senior center in foul trouble.
Still 4:31 to play in the second. Inbound from the baseline for Jake Smith and Parowan. Fakes right, lobs it up high to Shandon Clark. Clark skips over to Walker. Now bounce inside to the key, turn away, and rock it in for Brennan Rowley. He has
6 points.
6 on the evening, on the morning. 15-12 now. Parowan up by 3. Trevor Jones dumps it over to Heath. Back to Jones. To Bigelow. Baseline. He has a dribble. Takes a jumper from the free throw line off the back of the rim and high. And it's a rebound for Parowan.
Shandon Clark, and Bigelow got him in the air with the head fake. That's when you want to take him to the basket. Instead, he settled for a jump shot.
Timeout taken by Lance Stubbs and the Parowan Rams. It's 15-12 Parowan over South Sevier. 3:54 to play in the second. Back here in 30.
The Texaco gas station and convenience store in Monroe is now under new ownership, and great things are in the plans for the store right now. The owners of Andy's Market have purchased the Texaco and are currently remodeling the store in order to meet all of your needs. The store will continue to be open during the remodel, and they have also dropped the price of gas. So stop in, fill up with gas, and see the progress of the remodel, as well as the new items that will be carried inside the store. That's the new look Texaco in Monroe.
Welcome back. It's Orem High School 2A boys play-in games, and we got a good one. It's a 4-seed South Sevier, a 1-seed Parowan with 3:54 to play in the second, 15-12. We knew coming into this, Curtis, it wasn't going to be a typical 1-seed, 4-seed matchup.
Nope, it wasn't. These teams familiar with each other, but I'll tell you, Parowan and South Sevier right now, given everything they have, they realize the implications here.
Parowan with the basketball coming out of the timeout, faking a three as Hunter drives in, bounce down low, shot. Clark in the paint, and good. It's a hook for two, and it's 17-12.
3 points for Shannon Clark. South Sevier, Parowan, other than the 2 threes from Jake Smith, doing the damage close to the basket.
Peterson throws it away, ball's loose, and he is able to pull it back in. Now a jumper is airballed, but saved by Peterson, goes to Trevor Jones. Jones kick out, Peterson drives in baseline to the hole, lobs it up and short. Parowan on the rebound.
Not a good possession for South Sevier that time. Kyson winning the ball game right now for South Sevier.
Down low on the block, turn around, jumper in and good. Justice Walker for two on a good move. And the lead back up to 7, 19-12.
Boy, they crawled to within one, 13-12, but 6 straight points for Parowan.
Jones across half court, flicks it over the right to Wynn in the wing. Wynn launches a long three, short. That's the second deep three we've seen the team fire up. Rebounded by Parowan. Brent Rowley has it taken away right out of his hands by Andy Johnson. Johnson going to go to the hole, but the defense shuts him down. Kick out Trevor Jones. He puts the three, and that will be high, deep and long. Rebounded by Parowan.
Big steal by Andy Johnson. An opportunity missed as South Sevier comes up empty on the turnover.
Jake Smith able to find Hunter. Hunter dribbles left, finds a screen, picks up in the wing. Cross-court pass Smith. Feeds it down low inside to Clark. Clark loses the basketball. Stolen by South Sevier. Trevor Jones has it. Credit the steal to Andy Johnson. Jones to Johnson. Wants a three but can't get it off in time. Instead finds Wynn streaking down and in for two. Kyson the trail, and he gets a double.
Big possession for Andy Johnson. 2 consecutive steals for the junior guard for South Sevier High School.
1:53 to play in the second. 19-14 now the score. Lead cut down to 5. Scoreboard glance for Treasure Valley, Texaco, and Monroe. Skip over to the right side now with 3 from Rowley. Corner good. How about the answer for Parowan? Brent Rowley the triple, and it's 22-14. An 8-point lead, the largest of the game for Parowan.
8-point lead for Parowan, 9 points for Rowley.
1:31 to play in the second period before half. Johnson has the basketball. Dribbling around, going to go all the way in, turnaround shot, no, but a foul. We're going to see Andy Johnson go to the line. He'll have 2 shots in a 22-14 game, 1:23 to play in the second.
Andy's brought good minutes tonight, brought some energy, picked up a couple of steals, hit a 3-point shot, now draws a foul.
First free throw on the way, and that's going to be no good. Johnson misses it. We'll see Alex Baker and Brock Harrison both check into the game. Baker for South Sevier, Harrison for Parowan.
South Sevier 1 for 5 from the foul line. And in that first matchup, they shot 23% from the foul line, so the woes continue at the line for the Rams.
Free throw is good on the second attempt for Andy Johnson. Cuts the lead back 7, 1:22 to play in the second period. 22-15, 16 fouls for Parowan, 5 for South Sevier. Rams come out in half court, trapping it, leads to a steal. Coming away from it is Dyson Heath. Heath across half court. Defense recovers for Parowan. Trevor Jones, right wing, kick out, 3 for Baker, is in and out, no. Parowan rebounds.
Boy, that shot was everything but down. He hit the bottom of the net and bopped out.
Under a minute to play before half. 22-15 is the score. Trap remains at mid-floor for South Sevier Rams. Clock down to 51. Parowan into the front court. Working the ball around, holding it up high is Hunter. Bounces almost across court, but Smith saved it before it goes across the timeline. Back over to Hunter. Feeds it down low. Rowley skips it to the baseline. Good ball movement in the paint and in the key, and getting an easy shot is Brock Harrison for an easy 2.
Boy, they got past that pressure. When they did, they had a 3-on-2 break.
Lead back to 9, 26 to play before halftime. And South Sevier will really need a bucket to lift them up heading into the locker room. Trevor Jones drives in angle, goes all the way to the hole, fades away, off the glass, kiss it in, Trevor Jones.
Boy, big shot left. About a 6-foot floating leaner off the glass.
24-17 remains the score now with 8 seconds. Parowan looking for our last one. Smith lobs it up, no good, rebounded. Here comes Dyson Heath. He's going to put it up at the buzzer, and he won't quite get there. He tried to go coast to coast and didn't have enough time. Needed to shoot the jumper, and he tried to go for the layup. 24-17 is your halftime score. Southern Utah University halftime coverage coming after this 3-minute break.
Hi, this is Eric Schmutz, President of State Bank of Southern Utah. I want you to know that State Bank is healthy, well capitalized, and we have money to lend. You should know that we have the best lending officers in the state. In fact, State Bank has been ranked the #1 medium SBA lender in Utah for the past 2 years in a row, and we're working hard to make it 3. If you have a project that we can help with or any financial need, please give us a call or stop by any of our 13 offices.
In Ridgefield, call 896-9287. State Bank of Southern Utah, member FDIC.
You want a quality education? How's this? All of SUU's nursing graduates passed their licensing exam on the first try in May of 2010. 100% of our students, not most of them, all of them. Small classes, caring faculty, the best facilities, that equals quality. Again, in May of 2011, 100% of our students passed the test. That's quality. You expect it, SUU delivers it.
At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. It's you. While Zions Bank has offices in 10 western states, you are still #1. From checking and savings to business and personal loans, Zions Bank now offers its customers online banking services. Zions Bank is a leader in providing electronic banking services. If you haven't seen what Zions Bank has to offer you, stop in today. Zions Bank in Richfield, 55 West, 100 North, behind the post office.
DP Curtis Trucking has been helping move America for many years. It's a reflection of the drivers, employees, and ownership. DP Curtis is a family-oriented business that gets their drivers home weekly with paid vacation, weekly pay, health and dental insurance, and a 401k plan and more. If you need trucking services or would like to join the DP Curtis family, call 435-896-4417. That's 896-4417.
High-speed Wi-Fi. Not quite as important as running water in your home, but close. Centricom powers your Wi-Fi network with consistent speeds to keep all your gadgets going strong. Streaming video players, laptops, tablets, even smartphones, so you're never stuck with those big cell data charges. And talk about value. Just pick your speed and keep the Wi-Fi flowing in your home at a great low price. Upgrade your internet today. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
The City of Monroe is proud to have its own power company and to support South Sevier athletics. Monroe City Power delivers nice, bright lights for every South Sevier athletic event at home. Having a public power company enables Monroe City to provide community improvements that could not be afforded otherwise, while keeping rates down at the same time. The City of Monroe and Monroe City Electric Department are proud of their South Sevier Rams and wish them well in all endeavors.
Welcome back to Orem High School. Duke Dance Curtis Marsh with your Southern Utah University halftime show, where you get involved in your education and experience more at Southern Utah University. Find them online at suu.edu. Halftime score, it is Parowan ahead of the South Sevier Rams, 24-17. Right now, I think, Curtis, the difference in the game has been shooting percentage. Right now, Parowan hitting their shots. They're shooting 52% from the field. South Sevier, 32%. That's a big difference.
Yeah, big difference. And on top of that, Parowan's got 3 more shots than South Sevier in that game. But another key factor in that game, we talked about the keys to the game by Coach Rhett Parsons. Key number 1, rebound the basketball. Parowan won that matchup 15-8 in the first 2 quarters. The second was control Smith. I thought they did a pretty good job on him, don't you think? I mean, he got 2 big three-pointers.
He's got a couple threes, but other than that, he's only had 1 other attempt. So he's just 2 for 3 from the field.
And one of those threes came off a steal, and so, not necessarily in the design of their offense. Have fun offensively and share the ball. South Sevier only 7 for 22. So the good point is, as poorly as South Sevier shot the ball, they're in this game still, only down 7. 7's nothing in high school basketball at the half. And I saw a few weaknesses maybe in Parowan handling that pressure.
Yeah, when South Sevier did come out in the half-court trap, it led to a couple steals for South Sevier, so maybe we see a little bit more of that in the second half. and try and fluster Parowan a little bit. I do got to say, though, Parowan, I've seen them a couple times this year. I saw them play against Kanab a few times. They're playing at a high level in the play-in game today. Parowan Rams are, and credit them for the way that they've handled South Sevier. You talk about South Sevier shooting percentage down to 32%. A lot of that is because of the defensive pressure put on by Parowan, and they're not letting South Sevier get any rhythms. That being said, South Sevier has had some easy looks that they've missed.
They have, and Colton Bigelow in foul trouble. And so in Colton sets 5-6 minutes, obviously that hurts the offensive productivity of the Rams.
Again, 24-17 is your halftime score, and it's provided by Southern Utah University, where you get involved in your education so you experience more learning. Southern Utah University, 4.5 to go in our halftime coverage. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Choosing a college is tough, but there's a big difference between 25 and 500 students in a class. SUU has small classes. It's a big difference if your professor is teaching class or doing research. SUU professors are in the classroom teaching and calling on you by name. At SUU, distinguished faculty are in small classes teaching rigorous nationally accredited programs on a safe campus in an unrivaled natural setting. Southern Utah University. There is a difference.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti, they're committed to servicing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets and deadlines. Visit jonesanddemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals. Robinson Transport is a major part of the central Utah economy by hauling supplies to maintain the energy needs of Utah and surrounding states. The management extends a sincere appreciation to all of their drivers for their hard work and dedication. Robinson Transport fully supports the education of our area youth and their participation in athletic competition. Should you need any construction equipment, topsoil, gravel, or concrete work, remember Robinson Transport of Salina, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
The health care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live, and you can rest assured that Sevier Valley Medical Center provides our communities with the same high-quality care and advanced technology services you'd receive if you drove to the city. From full-time specialty services such as ENT, orthopedics, podiatry, and internal medicine to a wide range of outpatient services, including imaging, respiratory therapy, and dialysis. High-quality health care with a personal hometown touch. Intermountain, Sevier Valley Medical Center, healing for life.
We offer quick service on your loan request. We make our loan decisions right here at the bank. You don't have to wait for an answer from some out-of-town loan committee. It's one of the advantages of banking with hometown people. You're independent, so are we. Utah Independent Bank, member FDIC. Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Andy's Market in Monroe strives to provide their customers with the convenience of one-stop shopping. Not only do they have great prices and selection on all grocery items, but they also feature a bookstore, bakery, and grill. And now Andy's Market has added a pharmacy. There is no longer a need to travel for over-the-counter or prescription medications. Just stop by Aspen Ridge Pharmacy, now open inside Andy's Market. So much more than a grocery store, and now including a pharmacy.
Welcome back to Orem High School. Again, halftime coverage provided by Southern Utah University. Learn more at suu.edu and see how you can experience more at Southern Utah University. Both teams out of the locker rooms and preparing to tip off the second half in just a few moments. Some other key individual stats sticking out to us. Leading scores for South Sevier, very balanced so far. 4 points for Garrett Peterson and 4 points for Andy Johnson. 3 points for Trevor Jones and 2 for Baker. Bigelow. Baker with 0. Bigelow with 2. Heath with 2. Kyson Wynn with 2. Leading the game with 9 points for Parowan is Brennan Rowley. 6 points for Jake Smith. 4 points for Brock Harrison. 3 for Shannon Clark and 4 for Justice Walker. 9 points for Rowley on 4 of 6 shooting. And then you also have 6 rebounds for Shannon Clark. 5 of them defensively. And you mentioned one of the big keys to this game was rebounding. And right now Parowan winning that battle and doing it by 7, 15-8.
Boy, South Sevier's got to get on the glass. Got to rebound that basketball. Can't give second chance opportunities to Parowan. South Sevier is going to start off with the possession arrow here. They will have the ball.
And we'll see if they can get some shots to drop. Again, the last time these two teams played, South Sevier shot 23%. Much better than that today, but still a lower number at 32% shooting from the field for South Sevier on 7 of 22. 1 from 4 from beyond the arch, and they've got to hit some free throws today as well to keep themselves in this game. They're only hitting 33%, 2 out of 6. 52% shooting for Parowan, 3 of 7 from deep, and 50% from the line on only 2 trips. So South Sevier basketball to open up the second half. They're going to flip directions. Now the South Sevier working to our left. Driving in is going to be Dyson Heath. Heath fadeaway jumper. No, it's Trevor Jones fadeaway from the baseline, and another rebound for Justice Walker. Defensive that time, Parowan basketball.
South Sevier comes out with Dyson Heath in the starting lineup to start the third quarter.
Half-court pressure again, and Parowan breaks it. Jumper baseline, no. Bigelow on the rebound. Good box out working against Shandon Clark. And Clark with those 6 boards early. So Bigelow with the bucket. Trevor Jones across half court is going to call an offensive play. Pass it over to his left to Dyson. Dyson up top, Peterson. Over to Jones. Clock hits 7:17. Bigelow on the feed down low. Good move, but a foul, and a shot is not going to drop. And Bigelow will go to the line here for 2. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Basin Machinery takes vertical tillage to the max with the Turbo Max from Great Plains. With its hydraulically adjustable gang angle, the Turbo Max gives you lots of options. In the fall, you can run the machine at an angle to bury more residue. And in the spring, you can run it straight to create an excellent vertically tilled seed bed, all to help you achieve the best yields. Call Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today to see what the Turbo Max can do for you. Mason Machinery in Great Plains. Harvest starts here.
Bigelow misses both free throws, and that is going to drop South Sevier to 2 and 8 overall from the line. Ball's knocked out of bounds off the rebound off of South Sevier, and Parowan will inbound here.
Boy, we're just, you shoot yourself in the foot when you don't make free throws.
It's still a 7-point game, though. Plenty of opportunity and time for South Sevier. They remain in the half-court trap. Parowan breaks it easily, but that was still on the other end, but stolen right back by Parowan. Feed down low to Walker. Walker goes up, loses the ball. He's going to be trapped, and it will be a hold on South Sevier.
They're going to call Alex Baker for reaching foul there. Could have been a traveling.
6:56 to play in the third, and Parowan is going to inbound here, 24-17. First team foul for the Rams, second personal on Baker. 1 team foul also for Parowan in this half. Inbounding baseline, edge of the backboard. Jake Smith to throw it in. Smith looks up high, dumps it to Clark on the elbow, back to Smith on the wing. Smith finds a screen, dribbles backwards into the front court. Passes left to Rowley, to Walker. Perimeter ball movement for Parowan. 6:38 to play in the third. Rowley on the perimeter, corner, right side, dumps it off Smith, right angle. Crosses over on Trevor, comes in baseline, spin in the paint, hard, tough shot. No, and a foul. And Jake Smith will go to the line for 2, back in 30.
This is James at Ivy Lumber in Manti, Monroe. Got some great deals on our railroad ties, great deals on our lodge poles for $13.49 a piece. We got some cedar fencing, so the 1x6 by 6 foot tall dog-eared cedar fencing for $1.89 each. 6 foot steel green posts, and those are $4.39 a piece. We got some great deals on cattle panels for $19.99. We're also proud to say that we're back manufacturing trusses. Give us a call if you need a price or quote on trusses at Ivy Lumber, where the wood is good and so is the hardware. And stores in Manti and in Monroe.
Jake Smith hits both free throws for Parowan, and the lead back up to 9, 26-17. Score check is brought to you by State Bank of Southern Utah. 6:24 to play in the third. South Sevier basketball. Trevor Jones comes to the right in the wing. He's going to take it all the way in off the angle, and no, but there is going to be a foul, and Trevor Jones back to the line for 2 here in 30 seconds.
The Texaco gas station and convenience store in Monroe is now under new ownership, and great things are in the plans for the store right now. The owners of Andy's Market have purchased the Texaco and are currently remodeling the store in order to meet all of your needs. The store will continue to be open during the remodel, and they have also dropped the price of gas. So stop in, fill up with gas, and see the progress of the remodel, as well as the new items that will be carried inside the store. That's the new look Texaco in Monroe.
Trevor Jones splits the free throws, misses the first, makes the second. Team now 3 for 9 from the line. It's 26-18. Half-court trap for the South Sevier Rams. Brock Harrison with the basketball for Parowan. Trapped, and a steal by Trevor Jones. He's on the other end, goes to the hole, shot up, good. And Jones for two off the steal, cuts the lead down to 6. They trap again at half court. Parowan throws it over to Smith. Smith right side to Clark in the wing. Cross court pass. Open look 3 for Smith. And missed. Ball loose. Parowan on the long rebound. They'll reset the offense up high. Score remains 26-20.
Boy, the rebounding edge for Parowan grows a little bit right there.
Again, trapping around the perimeter is South Sevier. Brock Harrison able to come in baseline. Brock gets trapped on the baseline. Ball loose, out of bounds. Oh, off of Brock. And it's going to be Parowan basketball. They'll inbound from the baseline in a 6-point game.
Parowan lucky to keep the ball that time as Dyson Heath closed the door on that baseline, setting up that trap.
South Sevier looking for a big stop. Parowan would love to get a bucket here and slow down this pressure defense from the South Sevier team. Jake Smith is going to have the dribble. Up top, they come out to meet him. Smith lobs it down low on the baseline. Shot up again, a block by Bigelow. Rejection, and the loose ball comes down to Dyson Heath.
And that's 4 blocks for Colton Bigelow, the senior for South Sevier. South Sevier has an opportunity to cut this lead down to 4.
That is they're only showing, that's only the 3rd block. That's not correct on the stat sheet. But Bigelow launches a 3 on the other end, and the big man misses on the perimeter. Rolled around the rim. Rebounded by Parowan, 26-20, 4:50 to play in the 3rd. And Trevor Jones is going to get called for the reach-in foul, working against Jake Smith at the half-court line. And that'll stop the clock at 4:47 to play in the 3rd. Time check with the help of Zions Bank and DP Curtis Trucking.
Right now, South Sevier going with a very small lineup. Trevor Jones, Dyson Heath, Andy Johnson, Alex Baker, Garrett Peterson, the only one with size right now for the Rams.
Perimeter, or half-court trap again remains for South Sevier. They're able to find Harrison. Parowan is. Cross-court pass over to Rowley. Rowley's trapped as well. Goes back to Harrison. Almost stolen by Baker. And then getting the steal, though, is Dyson Heath. And Dyson Heath will be fouled.
That's just a hustle play by Dyson Heath. Kind of tip that ball around, able to come up with it. Those are the kind of plays that can ignite an offense.
Still a 2-possession game with 4:28 to play in the 3rd. Certainly a long way from being over. On a 26-20 game, 3 team fouls apiece. Cross half court comes Andy Johnson. Dumps it off left to Baker. Baker's going to dribble. Now go Trevor Jones. Top of the floor. Clock hits 4:15. Jones finds a screen. Gets to the elbow. Step back 3. Short. Parowan rebounds. Jake Smith. Smith able to find Walker. Walker across half court and dealing with the trap. Over to Smith again. Lob down low. Baseline. Open look. Jumper. Too strong. Rebound. Parowan. Pulled in by Walker. Kicks it back out. Can get the shot off on the baseline, and here's Jake Smith for 3. Looks good, but off the mark to the right side, and a big rebound for Peterson. Flying in there and going down hard. Another ball's loose on the court, and a whistle. Things are getting really scrappy. Scrappy really quick. Flying up with Shannon Clark to go up high for a strong rebound, and it came down to Peterson.
They're going to call a foul on Dyson Heath. Boy, that's a tough call right there.
They were both just going for the ball. It was loose on the court. That's going to be the 4th team foul for South Sevier, first on Dyson. 3:44 to play in the game. Parowan will inbound in front of their bench. Bounce to the corner, trapped on the corner. High pass, now around the perimeter to Walker. Feed down low, baseline. Clark, shot, no, but a foul again. South Sevier going to the line will be Shannon Clark here in 30 seconds.
Hi, this is Eric Schmutz, president of State Bank of Southern Utah. I want you to know that State Bank is healthy, well capitalized, and we have money to lend. You should know that we have the best lending officers in the state. In fact, State Bank has been ranked the #1 medium SBA lender in Utah for the past 2 years in a row, and we're working hard to make it 3. If you have a project that we can help with or any financial need, please give us a call or stop by any of our 13 offices.
In Ridgefield, call 896-9287. State Bank of Southern Utah, member FDIC.
Making the first but missing the second is Clark for Parowan from the line. The score now 27-20. South Sevier basketball. Andy Johnson with it. Dribbles. Good cut in. Feed to Trevor Jones, and he can't hit it. Trevor on the rebound, though, under the basket. Dribbles out of some pressure on the baseline. Tiptoeing that line and gets out of it. And now with 3 on the way for Peterson is missed. Trevor had it point blank on that layup on the entry.
Well, that's a layup. Great pass from Andy Johnson on the back cut. South Sevier unable to capitalize.
And they've missed 3 or 4 of those right underneath. Again, they remain in this trap, trying to force some more turnovers. Jake Smith cuts it over to the elbow. Now cross-court pass. Launching a 3 is Rowley. Airballed it deep, and there's going to be a whistle. That's going to be against Parowan. Shannon Clark was boxed out trying to get position, and Clark was the one that ended up on his backside, but he was pushing from behind. So it is going to be South Sevier basketball.
Alex Baker did a good job against a bigger guy, and now Parowan's going to show press.
They do at full court. Inbound to Baker in the front court. Baker's going to dribble across half court. Smith almost sneaks a steal from behind, but Baker pulls it in and goes to Trevor Jones. 2:48 to play in a 27-20 ball game in the third period. Top of the floor is Andy Johnson. Dumps it off left, Baker wing. Takes one dribble and heads over to Peterson. Peterson, another long three, high off the back rim, and it's a rebound for Parowan. Shannon Clark for Parowan with the rebound. Got batted in the mouth, but no whistle. Down low, baseline, whistle, timeout. That's the call. Parowan will take the call, and Lance Stubbs will have the timeout. We'll be back here in 1 minute.
At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. It's you. While Zions Bank has offices in 10 western states, you are still number one. From checking and savings to business and personal loans, Zions Bank now offers its customers online banking services. Zions Bank is a leader in providing electronic banking services. If you haven't seen what Zions Bank has to offer you, stop in today. Zions Bank in Richfield, 55 West, 100 North, behind the post office.
DP Curtis Trucking has been helping move America for many years. It's a reflection of the drivers, employees, and ownership. DP Curtis is a family-oriented business that gets their drivers home weekly with paid vacation, weekly pay, health and dental insurance, and a 401k plan and more. If you need trucking services or would like to join the DP Curtis family, call 435-896-4417. That's 896-4417.
Got a good one going on at Orem High School. The two-way boys play-in games, 27-20. Parowan holding on to that 7-point lead in a scrappy game. It is going to be Parowan basketball after the timeout.
They're playing for their basketball life right now. The winner to advance to play South Summit next Wednesday at the Sevier Valley Center.
South Sevier still trapping in the front court. Parowan able to move the ball back and forth. They get it down low. Now a jumper. Nope, doesn't take the jumper. Walker just holds it. Instead goes right wing to Smith. Over to Rowley. Back to Smith. Clock hits 2:08. Smith is trapped. Flicks it to Rowley. Rowley's going to drive. He finds Harrison on the baseline. Harrison goes back out to Smith. Across the court, Walker. Jumper off the glass, in and good. What a play for Justice Walker, and he's limping down the floor.
Justice with 7 points, but too easy of a shot right there.
29-20, 1:45 to play in the third period. The lead has been similar to this as Baker drives in baseline, spins on the block, and will be fouled. No shot on it. It's just going to be on the floor. That'll be the 5th team foul for Parowan.
Both teams with 5 team fouls.
Justice Walker checking out of the game with that limp. Tanner Robbins is going to check in for him for Parowan, and Trevor Jones will inbound baseline here. 29-20 again the score. Check brought to you by Centricom and Monroe City Power. Inbound, Baker. Now to Drones. 3 on the way for Jones, and it's no good. But Peter Blackburn just got plowed over. And it's going to be Parowan basketball. Brock Harrison gets trapped. Feed down low. Rowley spins around. Jumper, no. Big rebound for Slate Blackburn. Ball loose, and there's going to be a whistle. It's going South Sevier way. Parowan foul.
Tanner Robinson going to pick up the foul on Slate Blackburn. That'll be the 6th. Good hustle play by Slate. Go up and get that board.
So shooting for the Rams the rest of the game. At least 1-1. Next foul will be 7 for Parowan. Right now, South Sevier with 5 in a 29-20 game. Score check brought to you by Jones and DeMille and Robinson Transport. South Sevier basketball, Baker left wing. Baker's going to test angle, can't. Dumps it out behind him to Johnson. Johnson feeds it down low. Ball batted, knocked it out of bounds. Off the Parowan, South Sevier basketball.
Boy, it's really physical down there right now.
Trevor's going to inbound just inside the corner of the baseline. Throws it to the corner to Johnson. Feeds it to Blackburn. Blackburn makes a move and is fouled. He goes to the line for 2. And that's going to be another foul on Shandon Clark. Going to stay here for these shots to get a number on Shandon on the number of fouls. He's got 3, so he's in foul trouble. 56.7 to play in the third.
Slade had an opportunity to get that ball to drop, but it just bounced out.
And again, another missed free throw. They've only hit 3 on 10 attempts. Brett Hunter back into the game for Parowan, and Clark will come out because of his third foul he just picked up. One more free throw for Slate. 56.7 on the clock. Shot is up and missed again, but an offensive rebound put back is missed by Jones. He hits the deck, ball loose on the court. Baker is able to pull it in. Jones for 3, hits the backboard, no. Parowan rebounds this time. What a game, and now Jones is called for the reach-in foul. And a fan just threw his hat on the floor. That's going to be a warning. South Sevier upset because Jones was knocked over and no whistle, then gets called on the other end. And a fan throwing his hat on the floor, a Monroe fan. And you've got to be very, very careful because that's not going to help your team at all. That can result in technical shots. And he's going to get kicked out.
He's ejected. 29-20, quarter to go.
Still in reach for South Sevier. They've got 44.3 on the clock in the third period. Plenty of time. 29-20. Going to inbound for Brett Hunter.
Coach is down there having a conversation with Coach Stubbs of Parowan. And we're ready to play ball right here. 44 seconds remaining in the third.
Parowan inbounds. They go up top to Rowley. Rowley's going to spin around and find Smith. The trap backs off on this possession for South Sevier. Smith's going to drive in, gets to the elbow, has to come back out to Harrison. Left side, driving in baseline. Nothing there for Hunter. Back around the arch they go. Perimeter ball movement. 26 seconds on the clock. Whistle. It's going to be offensive, I believe, against Parowan. And they'll call it against Brennan Rowley.
Yeah, they're going to call it on that moving screen down there. I didn't see it. He came off baseline and had his back to us.
It was away
that's
from the
going
ball.
to be a shooting foul, Duke. I don't know if the shooting foul is a good thing right now.
Yeah, 1-1 on the other end for South Sevier. Clock stopped at 24.8. So on the line, you have Trevor Jones shooting the 1-1 for South Sevier. We'll see Coy Barton check into the game here for South Sevier after the first free throw. Jones can hit one, and then you can give him 2. Shot is no good. They cannot hit the free throws today, and the lead remains 9. 21 seconds to go in the third. Hunter across half court. Trap back on defensively for South Sevier. Smith has it almost stolen, but Harrison has it. South Parowan possession. Ball movement down low, bounce loose on the court. It's going to be Parowan. Nope, both teams diving for it. Whistle.
Jump ball.
No, I think they called a foul. I think they called a foul on South Sevier. Both teams just going for the ball. I'm not sure where that call came from, but.
Right. Well, you got 2 kids just hustling for a ball. That's a jump ball right there, isn't it, Duke?
29-20 with Parowan on the line. Brett Hunter to shoot 1-1. 5.7 seconds on the clock. This to make it a 10-point game, and it is not missed. Box out, rebound for Baker with 3 seconds. Spins around, just throws the ball away, and a buzzer for Parowan does not drop down, and the score remains 29-20. Parowan extends their lead by 2, and we'll be back in a minute.
High-speed Wi-Fi. Not quite as important as running water in your home, but close. Centricom powers your Wi-Fi network with consistent speeds to keep all your gadgets going strong. Streaming video players, laptops, tablets, even smartphones, so you're never stuck with those big cell data charges. And talk about value. Just pick your speed and keep the Wi-Fi flowing in your home at a great low price. Upgrade your internet today. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
The City of Monroe is proud to have its own power company and to support South Sevier athletics. Monroe City Power delivers nice, bright lights for every South Sevier athletic event at home. Having a public power company enables Monroe City to provide community improvements that could not be afforded otherwise, while keeping rates down at the same time. The City of Monroe and Monroe City Electric Department are proud of their South Sevier Rams and wish them well in all endeavors.
29-20 game and only one period left to go. Do or die time for both teams. Can Parowan hold on, or can South Sevier put a rally together? It is going to be Parowan to open up the fourth period of play.
Boy, these first 3 minutes just critical for South Sevier. Down 9.
Winner will advance to play South Summit the quarters next week on a Thursday at the Sevier Valley Center in Richfield. Parowan basketball, they hold it on the wing. Over to Harrison. 10 seconds into the quarter. Lob to Hunter. Jones comes out to meet him. Hunter takes a dribble. Back to Harrison. Now the defensive pressure extends. Hunter.
Parowan's going to hold this ball. They're in four corners right now.
And a foul against Trevor.
I think that's his fourth, isn't it?
Pushing Hunter in the back. And that'll be his fourth personal foul for Trevor in a 29-20 game.
Boy, and having Trevor with 4 fouls is tough, because where they have him in the center of that trap and they want him aggressive, that kind of
Hunter on the line missed the front end of the 1-on-1, but they get an offensive rebound off the miss. So Harrison around the perimeter. They continue to pass the ball in the front court, trying to burn time off the clock. Parowan up by 9, trying to shorten this game. Right side Harrison. He's trapped. Lobs it up high and almost over the head of Hunter, but Hunter tracks it down. Able to find Smith. Perimeter ball movement against this trap has been pretty good for Parowan so far. And they've burned a whole minute off the clock in this possession. Then they find down low. Shannon Clark all alone. They beat the trap and they score, and it's an 11-point lead for Parowan.
Boy, you play defense there for a minute, 10 seconds, and then you give up a layup.
6:47 to play in the ball game. Rams need points. Lob to Bigelow, and it's off the mark and stolen by Parowan. Parowan has it. Brett Hunter on the steal. He goes to Smith. And back to Hunter across the timeline. 6:34 to play in the game. Both teams with 8 fouls. Trevor Jones for Parowan with 4. Trevor Jones for South Sevier with 4. Shannon Clark for Parowan with 3 personals. Spinning around is Harrison. Harrison finds Smith on the perimeter. Moving the ball, crossing over, has the ball knocked out, but Smith picks it right back up. Dumps it over to Hunter. 6:05 to play in the game. And Parowan still just milky time off the clock. In 2 possessions, they've taken off 2 minutes.
Well, you got an 11-point lead. You can dictate the offensive pace.
Smith, a long 3, and that's good. How about Jake Smith from distance? Makes it a 14-point game.
That's Jake Smith's 3rd three-pointers. He's 3 for 4 from distance tonight.
Bigelow, a long jumper, is high off the mark and no good, but he follows the shot, gets his own rebound, dribbles and drives in. Shot no, is going to be a foul against Parowan. Aggressive play for Bigelow, and he'll go to the line for 2, back in 30 seconds.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti, they're committed to servicing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets and deadlines. Visit jonesanddemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals. Robinson Transport is a major part of the central Utah economy by hauling supplies to maintain the energy needs of Utah and surrounding states. The management extends a sincere appreciation to all of their drivers for their hard work and dedication. Robinson Transport fully supports the education of our area youth and their participation in athletic competition. Should you need any construction equipment, topsoil, gravel, or concrete work, remember Robinson Transport of Salina, a proud sponsor of this sports broadcast.
Back at Orem High School for the 2A boys play-in games. Coming out of the timeout, you do have a timeout was called, by the way, for our radio listeners during those free throw breaks. So Colton Bigelow is on the line, and I believe this is going to be 1-1. No, there'll just be 2 shots. First is away, and no, it was 1-1, and he missed it. 3 out of 12, I believe. 3 out of 11 or 12 from the line for South Sevier today. Parowan with a 14-point lead now, with 5:24 to play in the game. 34-20. Jake Smith crosses over on Baker, feeds it down low. Clark gets in the post, kicks it back out to Harrison, and they'll continue to just milk time off this clock. It's ticking at 5:12. Smith in the front court. 5:06 to play in the game. Parowan drives in. Smith, jumper, elbow, off the mark. Baker rebounds, and he's fouled. So Baker on the other end, 1-1. Back in 30 seconds.
The health care you receive shouldn't depend on where you live, and you can rest assured that Sevier Valley Medical Center provides our communities with the same high-quality care and advanced technology services you'd receive if you drove to the city. From full-time specialty services such as ENT, orthopedics, podiatry, and internal medicine to a wide range of outpatient services, including imaging, respiratory therapy, and dialysis. High-quality health care with a personal hometown touch. Intermountain Sevier Valley Medical Center, healing for life.
On the free throw line is Colton Bigelow. He does hit the first. He has one more here. That was the 10th team foul for Parowan. 4th personal for Shandon Clark. So both Shandon for Parowan and Trevor Jones for South Sevier with 4. And the free throw woes continue as Bigelow misses the second. They've only hit 4 on the game in about 14 of 15 attempts. And that's big when you're talking about a 13-point lead.
Well, they shot 23% in the first matchup from the foul line.
Jones almost gets a steal, but Clark is able to come away with it. Parowan still holds the basketball. Harrison's going to drive in, take it to the hoop, and short. Jones will rebound. 4:37 to play in the game. Time check for Sevier Valley Medical Center and Utah Independent Bank. Peterson loses the control of the basketball on the baseline. Goes up and it's blocked. Ball high up in the air, loose, and Parowan has the basketball. Up front is Rowley. He finds Clark. Baseline, shot, no. Rowley on the putback is not good, and South Sevier will rebound. Trevor Jones comes out of the stack with it. Jones, he's going to take it all the way. Spins at the elbow, goes up strong, no, but a foul, and Trevor Jones to the line. He'll get 2 shots back in 30 seconds.
We offer quick service on your loan request. We make our loan decisions right here at the bank. You don't have to wait for an answer from some out-of-town loan committee. It's one of the advantages of banking with hometown people. You're independent, so are we. Utah Independent Bank, member FDIC. Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Hometown people, hometown spirit.
Trevor Jones on the line for South Sevier, knocks down both of them. So the lead cut down to 11, still 4 minutes to play. If you can get a stop here for South Sevier, score on the other end, you can pull it within single digits and half a quarter ahead of you. 34-23, Parowan though looking to extend the lead right back up. But they're going to take as much time off the clock as they can to do it. Harrison finds an open seam, but drives in, comes back out, ball's loose on the court, tracked down by Parowan, and there's going to be a foul against Parowan. Or sorry, a foul against South Sevier. As Brennan Rowley was going for the ball, 3 South Sevier players wrapped around Rowley, and he will go to the line for 1-1.
That ball bounced right under our table here, Duke. Duke with his quick left foot able to kick it back out on the court.
That's going to be the 4th personal foul also on Colton Bigelow. So now Trevor Jones and Colton with 4. Back here in 30 seconds after a timeout.
Andy's Market in Monroe strives to provide their customers with the convenience of one-stop shopping. Not only do they have great prices and selection on all grocery items, but they also feature a bookstore, bakery, and grill. And now Andy's Market has added a pharmacy. There is no longer a need to travel for over-the-counter or prescription medications. Just stop by Aspen Ridge Pharmacy, now open inside Andy's Market. So much more than a grocery store, and now including a pharmacy.
4 minutes left in the season for one of these two teams. The other will get at least 2 more games in the double elimination tournament, beginning with the quarterfinals next week at the Sevier Valley Center. Right now, Parowan is in position to do that, up 34-23 over South Sevier. And to the line is Rowley for 1-1. Missed the front end of it, and Trevor Jones will have the basketball off the rebound. He's able to find Baker. Baker, he's going to go all the way to hold. No, kicks out to Heath. Dyson spins at the free throw line. Fadeaway jumper, rattles around and drops in, and the lead is 9. Now it's manageable for South Sevier.
Big shot by Dyson Heath.
3:32 to play. Still time for the Rams if they can get a few more stops. Brett Hunter up top to Smith. Baker back on Smith in a man-to-man coverage. Smith working against Baker in the wing. He's going to step back, crossover, gets a screen. Smith goes to the elbow and kicks it out to Hunter. Hunter working against Dyson Heath. He gets a screen. And again, it's just Parowan milking time off the clock. Second by second, now we're down to 3:06. Time check for Andy's Market and Mason Machinery. Right side is Harrison. Now to the corner for Rowley. Ball's tipped, stolen. Baker has it. on the other end. He's going to go, and a block call. Ooh, that could have gone either way as Smith was down there.
Yeah, I like
Baker
the call.
put his shoulder down, but it was Jake Smith almost had his feet set, but just wasn't quite. That was close, but it is going to be 2 shots for Baker.
Just a little late. Reward the guy with the steal. Alex Baker to shoot. He can close this lead down to 7.
Got to hit some free throws down the stretch, especially when you've been struggling there from throughout the game. The first is good. Switched perfect for Alex Baker, and the lead is now at 8. This will keep it a 3-possession game if he can hit it, but pull the Rams within 7. 2:54 on the clock. Free throw is up and missed it. Lead remains 8. Rebounded by Parowan. 2:51 to play in the game. Score check and a time check for Alvey Lumber and Treasure Valley, Texaco, 34-26.
Both teams will be in the double bonus at the foul. Both teams with 10.
And again, Jones and Bigelow with 4 personals for South Sevier. Other end, ball batted out of bounds by Bigelow. And it is going to be Parowan basketball to keep it out. Baseline 34-26.
Good strong defensive stand that time by South Sevier. Almost got the steal. Baker, he's going to be on that inbounds pass trying to make that difficult.
But they do get it in. They're able to find Hunter up top. Hunter drives in, spins around. There's going to be a foul. See who this is on, because Dyson Heath
I'd call it travel.
Walloped in the
there.
face, and then looked like he may have given a foul the other way too. It's going to be a foul against Bigelow, and he's done. Or was it 21 or 20?
They called it on Colton Bigelow. So the senior will foul out of his final game at South Sevier High School.
So we'll see 2 shots on the other end for Colton, as he sees going to have to take a seat on the bench and hope his team can pull through with 2:29 left in the game. That's a big loss for South Sevier on the interior.
Andy Johnson will check in for the senior. Colton awful average double figures in scoring throughout this year. Several double-doubles, and a credit to Colton this year.
2 shots on the other end for Parowan. First is good. That extends the lead back to 9, 35-26. 2:29 to play in the game. Scoreboard glance for State Bank of Southern Utah. Brett Hunter will have another free throw here for Parowan. The second is away, and the second is good. Credit Parowan, because they have hit their free throws when they've gotten there.
They really have. 10-point lead right now for Parowan.
36-26. Trevor Jones down the floor. Kick out to Johnson. Mishandles the ball, then drives in. Finds an open seam, and Johnson converts. Mishandles on the 3 in a full court press. Now for South Sevier defensively in an 8-point game, and almost a steal, but a foul. It's going to go against Andy Johnson. And it will be 2 shots on the other end. Going to the line is Brennan Rowley. We'll send it back for 30-second break in here after this.
Basin Machinery takes vertical tillage to the max with the Turbo Max from Great Plains. With its hydraulically adjustable gang angle, the Turbo Max gives you lots of options. In the fall, you can run the machine at an angle to bury more residue. And in the spring, you can run it straight to create an excellent vertically tilled seed bed, all to help you achieve the best yields. Call Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora today to see what the Turbo Max can do for you. Mason Machinery in Great Plains. Harvest starts here.
This is James at Alvey Lumber in Manti.
It's still an 8-point game, 36-28, but only 2 minutes to play. Jones goes left side to the rim and can't get it to drop. Another big miss for Trevor, and it's rebounded by Parowan. And the Rams of Parowan have the basketball crossed half court. Here comes Brock Cash. The ball's loose on the court. South Sevier has the steal at mid-floor. Trevor Jones in the right wing is going to pull up. Doesn't take the 3. Instead finds Peterson. He's on the left wing. Back to Jones. Long 3 on the way. In and out. No. And getting tied up down low is Baker. Getting tied up with Brock Harrison. We'll see who the foul is on. Both of them went down. Whistle. And it is going to be against Baker. Alex Baker with the foul. That'll be 2 shots on the other end for Parowan. 36-28, 1:44 in time running out for the South Sevier Rams. So 2
Shannon Clark.
Shannon Clark. He's had a
Shannon has
fantastic game.
7 points, a lot of boards for the 6'4" senior out of Parowan High School.
First free throw is missed.
Parowan just keeps leaving the door open.
Second free throw is no good. So still some opportunity after 2 missed free throws. They missed 4 in a row, Parowan has from the line. Jones crosses over, goes in the lane, and stolen by Parowan. Parowan in transition to Shannon Clark. Shannon pulls up on the baseline, comes back out, and there's going to be a whistle and a timeout taken by Parowan. We'll take it as well. 36-28. Parowan over South Sevier. Back here in 1 minute.
This is James at Avi Lumber in Manti, Monroe. Got some great deals on our railroad ties, great deals on our lodge poles for $13.49 a piece. We got some cedar fencing, so the 1x6 by 6 foot tall dog-eared cedar fencing for $1.89 each. 6 foot steel green posts, and those are $4.39 a piece. We got some great deals on cattle panels for $19.99. We're also proud to say that we're back manufacturing trusses. Give us a call if you need a price or a quote on trusses. At Avi Lumber, where the wood is good and so is the hardware. And stores in Manti and in Monroe.
The Texaco gas station and convenience store in Monroe is now under new ownership, and great things are in the plans for the store right now. The owners of Andy's Market have purchased the Texaco and are currently remodeling the store in order to meet all of your needs. The store will continue to be open during the remodel, and they have also dropped the price of gas. So stop in, fill up with gas, and see the progress of the remodel as well as the new items that will be carried inside the store. That's the new look Texaco in Monroe.
Immediately following this game, coverage continues on KSVC and Centricom for Delta and Emory. Right after this one, here in Orem, where it's 36-28, Parowan over South Sevier, 1:30 to play in the ball game. Parowan basketball, they're going to inbound from their baseline. They lob it inside to Smith. Smith doesn't take a shot even though he's under the basket. He's wisely just going to come back out and take more time off the clock. Smith in the front court working against Baker. Comes back out, able to find Rowley. Rowley is fouled, and that will stop the clock at 1:20. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Hi, this is Eric Schmutz, president of State Bank of Southern Utah. I want you to know that State Bank is healthy, well capitalized, and we have money to lend. You should know that we have the best lending officers in the state. In fact, State Bank has been ranked the #1 medium SBA lender in Utah for the past 2 years in a row, and we're working hard to make it 3. If you have a project that we can help with or any financial need, please give us a call or stop by any of our 13 offices.
In Ridgefield, call 896-9287. State Bank of Southern Utah, member FDIC.
Rowley hits both free throws on the other end. Trevor Jones goes up strong and finally gets it to drop in the lane. And the lead back to 8 with 1:09 to play. Inbound play goes deep to Hunter. Hunter feeds down low to Clark. Clark up strong but missed. And then a foul by, is there a foul? Nope, just out of bounds. No whistle, and it's going to be Parowan basketball underneath their own hoop. 38-30 the score, 62 seconds to play.
Parowan missed a layup. They missed a layup. They had a good opportunity there. This cold just gets to you a little bit, Duke. But
inbound play for Parowan, and it's going to be loose and out of bounds. Just a not a miscommunication, but a drop ball for Rowley.
Certainly an unforced error as Parowan had Smith open.
1 minute to play in the game. Inbound to Trevor Jones. He can make this a 2-possession game. If he can score, launches a 3, no, but it's rebounded by Dyson Heath. He comes back out. He's going to drive in angle, and Heath, nope, there's going to be a timeout called. 38-30, 50 seconds to play. Timeout taken by South Sevier. We'll take a timeout as well. Back in a minute.
Legendary NBA coach Phil Jackson once said, "Yes, victory is sweet, but it doesn't necessarily make life any easier the next season or even the next day." We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the court and in the classroom. Make your kids' education a priority. Find out what you can do. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and promoting excellence in education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Delta guys will. Yeah, but...
At Zions Bank, they haven't forgotten who keeps them in business. It's you. While Zions Bank has offices in 10 western states, you are still #1. From checking and savings to business and personal loans, Zions Bank now offers its customers online banking services. Zions Bank is a leader in providing electronic banking services. If you haven't seen what Zions Bank has to offer you, stop in today. Zions Bank in Richfield, 55 West, 100 North, behind the post office.
Welcome back. It's 38-30, 50 seconds left to go in this ball game. South Sevier trying to claw themselves back in. They do have the possession after the timeout. We'll have a quick Sunrise Engineering post-game show, and after this one's over, you can find them online at sunrise-eng.com. Here's Dyson Heath, jumper from the baseline, or from the elbow is good, and it's a two-possession game, 38-32. Another timeout taken by South Sevier. We'll keep it here for this one. For just a reminder of our quick post game, Sunrise Engineering, they have offices in Fillmore, Richfield, Cedar City, and Washington. We're also going to have our Andy's Market Player of the Game for the South Sevier Rams coming up after this one as well. But if you're Coach Parsons, what are you doing in the huddle right now for South Sevier, Curtis?
Well, you're going to have to go for a steal. You only got 44 seconds, down 6. Parowan's going to get the ball in Jake Smith's hand. They're going to do everything they can. If South Sevier can deny that, I think they're going to go for a steal for 2-3 seconds, and then they're going to foul.
Parowan, you're just trying to keep the ball in your shooter's hands. Pass it around for as long as you can. Take as much time off the clock.
So I'm sure Coach Parsons called a defensive play right here, and then an offensive play if they come up with a steal. South Sevier in full court pressure right now, baseline to baseline.
Inbound play, they're able to get it to Rowley, and the ball's knocked out of bounds, and it will be Parowan basketball. That could have gone either way as Rowley had the ball knocked out of his hands, but it is going to stay with Parowan. They'll inbound in front of the score table. 43 seconds to play in this ball game. 38-32, 6-point game. Trying to inbound, and he stepped on the line. Trying to throw it in was Brett Hunter. He stepped on the line as he was throwing it in. That's going to be a turnover, and South Sevier gets the ball back in a two-possession game. Can you believe this? 43 seconds on the clock.
Down 14 in this quarter, but that's an unforced error with no time coming off the clock right there.
That's the second for Parowan, unforced turnover in the last minute. Inbound play, they're able to get it to Trevor Jones. Clock is rolling at 40 seconds. Trevor spins on the elbow, and he goes in, and he misses it, but what a rebound by Baker. Kick out to Peterson. Peterson for 3 is going to be off the mark. No, rebound, foul. I believe it's going to be against South Sevier, and we're going to see Parowan basketball. Oh, my goodness, Trevor Jones has had so many looks in the lane that he will make 89% of the time, just missing them. It's actually going to be a Parowan foul, however, on the rebound, so Jones will go to the line for 2. 31.9 seconds, and Jones can cut this down to 4 if he can hit some free throws.
2 big foul shots here for Trevor Jones, one of the state leaders in steals.
Shot is away and makes the free throw. So the lead now is 5 with 32 seconds on the clock.
That's 11 points for Trevor Jones.
One more coming from the line for him, and it's good. 38-34, a 4-point game. Full court press continues. And a delay of game for South Sevier.
Against Parowan. Against South Sevier, Alex Baker.
Alex Baker was holding the
That's
ball
okay.
after the free throw.
It doesn't cost you anything.
Does it give him a personal?
He kind of held the ball to let the defense set up. Maybe a smart play, huh?
So 32 seconds to go. Parowan's going to inbound against the full court press of South Sevier. They throw it into Rowley. Rowley's quickly fouled. And Rowley to the line for 2. Parowan has not been hitting their free throws down the stretch. I believe they missed 4 in a row, and that's kept the door open for South Sevier. The lead is 4, and even if Parowan can hit both free throws, it will remain a two-possession ball game at 38-34.
They had missed 4 in a row, but Brennan Rowley did hit his last 2.
2 from the line here for Rowley. First is away, and that one's no good. Parowan was so good from the line until about the last 2 minutes. Timeout taken again by South Sevier. We'll have the last free throw when we come back in 1 minute.
DP Curtis Trucking has been helping move America for many years. It's a reflection of the drivers, employees, and ownership. DP Curtis is a family-oriented business that gets their drivers home weekly with paid vacation, weekly pay, health and dental insurance, and a 401k plan and more. If you need trucking services or would like to join the DP Curtis family, call 435-896-4417. That's 896-4417.
High-speed Wi-Fi. Not quite as important as running water in your home, but close. Centricom powers your Wi-Fi network with consistent speeds to keep all your gadgets going strong. Streaming video players, laptops, tablets, even smartphones, so you're never stuck with those big cell data charges. And talk about value. Just pick your speed and keep the Wi-Fi flowing in your home at a great low price. Upgrade your internet today. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
Welcome back. Again, we have 30.7 seconds on the clock and a big free throw for Brendan Rowley. This could make it a 5-point game. It's 38-34. Parowan up. South Sevier has mounted a comeback here in the last few minutes, though, to get within 4. Rowley is good. 39-34, but still 2 possessions for Trevor Jones and the Rams as they come down the court. South Sevier with the basketball. Peterson, long 3. Off the back rim, no good. Parowan rebound. South Sevier fouls. Going to the line is going to be Shannon Clark. The threes have not dropped today for South Sevier. They just have not been able to hit those outside shots.
They really have. They got the look they wanted on the right side with Peterson. Would have cut that lead to 2.
So 2 shots on the other end for Parowan, and again we'll see Shannon Clark shooting these. Colton Bigelow has fouled out of this game for South Sevier. Trevor Jones also has 4 fouls. First free throw is good. That makes it a 6-point lead, and if Clark will hit this one, it'll be a 3-possession game with 22 seconds left to go.
That's 8 points for Shannon Clark for Parowan.
And the free throw is missed. Door still there. Still a 2-possession game, but South Sevier needs to hit some threes. Ball stolen by Jake Smith. And there's going to be a foul on the other end as Smith is tackled to force the foul from Dyson Heath. And Dyson, luckily, he just got a personal and nothing more for that. But it's 14.7 to play in the game. And it looks like Parowan may escape this one from the line. Sunrise Engineering post-game show, making the things you do every day better, every day. Learn more at sunrise-eng.com. And the free throw is good, and it's a 3-possession game, 41-34. Parowan on top.
Boy, in South Sevier, what if, huh? They had their opportunities.
Parowan's Jake Smith hits another one, and it's 42-34. Trevor Jones down the floor with 13 seconds. Gets to the 3 line. He's going to launch up the 3, and that will be in and out. No good. Ball's loose. Parowan rebounds. Brock Harrison has it. South Sevier will not foul. And with 2 seconds to go, Brennan Rowley gets the finish. Actually can't convert on the finish at the does convert on the finish, and it's 44-34 your final score. Parowan wins by 10, and the Parowan Rams will advance into the quarterfinal round next week. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Does your kid know it all? Legendary basketball coach John Wooden once said, "It's what you learn after you know it all that counts." We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the court and in the classroom. Help your kids see their potential. Partner up with their coaches and teachers. Find out what you can do. Just something to think about. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
For integrity, honesty, and technical expertise, think of Jones and DeMille Engineering. With offices in Richfield, Roosevelt, Price, and Manti, they're committed to servicing their clients with civil and structural engineering, construction management, surveys and GIS mapping, and material testing. They use state-of-the-art equipment to help you meet your budgets and deadlines. Visit jonesanddemille.com or find them on Facebook. Since 1982, Jones and DeMille Engineering, your infrastructure professionals.
Welcome back. Again, your final score 44-34. South Sevier loses against Parowan, and the South Sevier Rams season will come to an end. Quick mention for our South Sevier seniors, Curtis, who had a fantastic career, and it will end this afternoon.
They really did. It's been fun having them around. Number 10, Trevor Jones, Slate Blackburn, Garrett Peterson, Alex Baper, Colton Bigelow. You know, these kids accomplished a lot here at South Sevier High School. Unfortunately, came up just a little bit short tonight. Just wasn't their night. Congratulations to the Parowan Rams, who will advance to play South Summit at the Sevier Valley Center.
We've got the Andes Market Player of the Game coming at you right now. Andes Market in Monroe celebrated their 2-year anniversary. And also co-owners of the Treasure Valley Texaco. Shop at Andes Market and you can earn free gas, at least discounted gas prices at Treasure Valley Texaco. Free meal at Treasure Valley Mountain Grill inside of Andes Market is going to go to
Andy Johnson today, the junior. 3 steals, 2 rebounds, and a big 3-point shot. But really credit, parting thoughts to these seniors leaving here with Coach Parsons here. You know, they fought well. They came from 14 back. That's a testament to the kids' courage. To get back to within 5, had a couple of looks to cut that lead down, just able to get it to drop. But a fine season for South Sevier.
So congratulations to Parowan. They will advance. Game next continues on Centricom Channel 10, and KSVC Delta takes on Emory. That game right after this. It's your Sunrise Engineering post-game show, KSVC.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 1
Centricom Channel 10 Sports and Mid-Utah Radio, the sports leaders in South Central Utah, now present another exciting high school basketball game broadcast. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now, let's go live to the basketball court for simulcast coverage of high school basketball on Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10.
Emory Telecom is proud.
The government and community leaders in Millard County today were molded into the people they have become by the experiences and opportunities during their high school years. The same stands true for the future leaders of Delta City. That's why the City Council and Mayor of Delta are thoroughly invested in providing opportunities for the students of Delta High School to assist them in reaching their potential. Delta City appreciates the opportunity to support Delta High School academics and this Delta Rabbit sports broadcast.
High-speed Wi-Fi. Not quite as important as running water in your home, but close. Centricom powers your Wi-Fi network with consistent speeds to keep all your gadgets going strong. Streaming video players, laptops, tablets, even smartphones, so you're never stuck with those big cell data charges. And talk about value. Just pick your speed and keep the Wi-Fi flowing in your home at a great low price. Upgrade your internet today. Call or visit Centricom.com to learn more.
BK's Stop and Shop in Huntington rewards its customers for filling up at its Sinclair fuel station. Not only do you keep your vehicle running smoothly, BK's keeps you going with a free 32-ounce fountain drink when you fill up with at least 8 gallons of fuel. Pump 10 or more gallons and not only receive a free drink, but also get a stamp toward a free medium pizza on BK's Frequent Fueler card. BK's, quick, delicious, and local.
Service Drug, your local.
Centricom Channel 10 Sports and Mid-Utah Radio, the sports leaders in South Central Utah, now present another exciting high school basketball game broadcast. This sports broadcast is brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. And now, let's go live to the basketball court for simulcast coverage of high school basketball on Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10.
And we welcome you inside of the gymnasium here on the campus of Orem High School here in Orem, Utah, as we're getting set for the first round of the